Leadership at Fort Hood is under a congressional investigation after a number of issues, including a series of deaths. But Newsy's Therese Garnier reports it could take months for a report.
Well, Lauren, Representative Jackie Spear, the chair of the Military Personnel Subcommittee, and other House members went to Fort Hood for 3 days as a part of a congressional investigation into what went wrong on the Texas installation.
I have grave concerns about the Criminal Investigative Division. I have concerns about the safety at Fort Hood.
The deaths include the apparent suicide of Sergeant Elder Fernandez and the brutal murder of Specialist Vanessa Guillen.
I'm sad to say it took the death of a 20-year-old girl who was, by all accounts, a model soldier, and a system, frankly, that ignored her plaintiff cries.
Representative Spear said the congressional delegation met with base leaders, the Criminal Investigative Unit, and held a private meeting with female soldiers.
I'm deeply troubled by a number of cases. I'm deeply troubled by how poorly the military communicates with the families after their son or daughter goes missing.
But Spear said the concerns of soldiers and their families don't stop there.
We also met with service families. They were concerned about housing conditions, mold, asbestos, lead, and that they were not safe on the base at Fort Hood.
She is not the only one to come away with questions about the conditions and culture at Fort Hood. Representative Jason Crow said soldiers, quote, shouldn't be having to worry about whether their housing is safe and secure. Representative Ayanna Presley described the problems at Fort Hood as, quote, serious and systemic, and that she left disturbed and disheartened. And Representative Gilbert Cinero said, quote, we left with more questions than answers. Since the death of Specialist Guillen in April, nearly a dozen soldiers have died. Base leadership was replaced, and the I Am Vanessa Guillen Act was introduced to change the way sexual assaults are handled.
If we create a chief prosecutor who is independent of the chain of command and an investigation unit that is independent of the chain of command, there will be greater confidence in those who are assaulted or sexually harassed.
Representative Jackie Spear predicts the legislation will pass from the House to the Senate before the end of this session. And as far as the investigation goes, she says it may take up to 4 months before there's a final report. Back to you, Lauren.
Thank you, Therese.